Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is a session on cultural studies. Ankita, the Jharkhand eligibility test is coming nearer and nearer and nearer, and today's cultural studies is really going to help them. What do you think?
Yes, and again, in this session tonight, we will tell you about all the major authors, their work, and which are the areas within cultural studies that you should focus more for your upcoming Jharkhand exam. And this series of Jharkhand eligibility test will help all of you out there who are preparing for various exams, be it NET or any PSC exam for that matter. So please follow this series really well, and trust me, it will help you all.
Absolutely. So, net
Yeah.
students also come running. This is very important for you. Okay, here we go. This is session 5. Wow, we have done already 4. We'll start from the basics, shall we? Which of the following
Yes.
critics are associated with Frankfurt School of German intellectuals? Frankfurt School. Walter Benjamin, Laura Mulvey, no. Travis Henderson, oh my God, Ankita, we have never heard Travis Henderson. Then Max Horkheimer, that is for sure. And Leo Lowenthal. A-D-E. Is that correct?
Yes, you're absolutely correct. It will be Walter Benjamin, Max Horkheimer, and Leo Lowenthal. They were
And also we have
the
Eric
pioneering.
from, other
Yes.
pioneers are Eric from, then Theodore Adorno. A younger contemporary was Jürgen Habermas.
Hmm.
Okay, great. Frankfurt School played a very important role in cultural studies. Over to you, Ankita.
Okay, yes. So, next question. In his influential book, Cultural Theory and Popular Culture, John Storey, please remember, John Storey is a very, very important cultural theorist these days. So don't forget to look up all the works of John Storey, right? So in his influential book, Cultural Theory and Popular Culture, John Storey outlines several ways to define this phrase popular culture. According to Storey, which of the following definitions here views popular culture as a site of negotiation or a compromise equilibrium of hegemony? That's the exact phrase he uses in his book. Or a compromise equilibrium of hegemony between dominant and subordinate classes. Right? So, which definition will show this negotiation? Is it the quantitative definition, which tells you that culture is well liked by many? Or is it the residual definition, which tells you what is left over after high culture is removed? Or is it the commercial definition, which tells you that mass produced culture is for mass consumption? Or is it the neo Gramscian? Gramscian means Antonio Gramsci. Or is it the neo Gramscian definition, which shows culture as a site of struggle and resistance? So here the option is very self-explanatory in itself. Yes, indeed. It is the neo-Gramscian definition, that is the definition or the idea which comes from Antonio Gramsci, the Marxist thinker. And he talked about culture as a site of contestation, right? So Storey in his book explains that in neo-Gramscian hegemony theory, popular culture is not simply an imposed culture, or it is also not a purely authentic culture, but it is a terrain, or it is a space of exchange and negotiation. It is also a site of resistance of subordinate groups who struggle against the incorporative forces of dominant classes within a particular social structure. So it's about a space of contestation, but both forces are coming together and they're mingling and they're opposing each other. Yes, ma'am, would you like to add something?
Oh, wow. You said so much. I am mind boggled by whatever you said. That's so brilliant how you spoke. I don't want to add anything more. You spoke very well. Right. Now look at this. DASH is a material semiotic approach used in cultural studies, sociology, and STS to analyze how human and non-human entities, technologies, ideas, nature form networks. It was developed in the early 1980s by Bruno Latour, Michel Callan, and John Law, originating from science and technology studies. Is it Homo Caesar, actor network theory, uncanny, or Anthropocene? It is actor network theory of Bruno Latour. Homo Caesar is a theory discussed by primarily Giorgio Agamben, and uncanny is Sigmund Freud. And Anthropocene is about how this era of the human being is destroying the environment. So, what is actor network theory? And it analyzes how human and non-human entities form networks. That is a very basic theory and very important theory that has been discussed or asked in exams already. Ankita?
Yes. So actor network theory is a very trending area now, right? So from actor network theory, please remember the propounders, all right, and the major idea of this theory. So please remember it's a theoretical and a methodological approach that views all social phenomena, all social occurrences, events as products of constantly changing and shifting networks of human and non-human actors. That is what happens within a social structure when humans and non-human entities like technology, objects, institutions, what happens when humans and non-human entities like this come together and they interact.
Yes.
And
That's
yes.
yeah. If I let Ankita, she'll go on and on and on and on and develop it into a lecture. So let us quickly move on to the next one. The Long Revolution by Raymond Williams argues that society is undergoing a continuous long revolution because of the coming of the communications technology. Society is undergoing a transformation, and future generations will transform the world, a transformation encompassing industrial, democratic, and cultural revolutions. When did he publish this book that talks about this future revolution? Is it 1958? No, that is Culture and Anarchy. 1977, 1961, or 1973. It is the very major year, 1961, the year in which Arundhati Roy was born, the year in which The Wretched of the Earth was published. And many other books like The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie or Catch 22, all were published in 1961. It's a very momentous year. That is the year in which The Long Revolution was also published. Ankita, you can add.
Yes. Okay. So as ma'am has already told you a list of works which were published in this year, to that list you can also add works like Sunlight on a Broken Column, right? It's a partition novel by Atiya Hussain. Then Theatre of the Absurd by Martin Esslin, that was also published in this year. Here you can see the year 1973. That was the publication year of another major work of Williams, that is The Country and the City. The Country and the City. In 1977 was published Marxism and Literature by Williams. And as ma'am told you, in 1958 we saw the publication of Culture and Society by Williams.
He has been attending my class from 3rd BA. That is why people are wondering, what is this? I have some students sitting in front of me and they're like, wow, what is going on here? I said, she has been attending classes and studying so much and she went to JNU. Study like that, everybody can, learn more and more, isn't it?
Yes.
I
was a ball of clay when I came to you. You molded me. So everything goes to you, all credit.
Don't blame me for that. You are the one who molded yourself. You studied a lot by yourself. I just showed you the direction.
I didn't know anything when I came first. You taught me so much for hours.
Because this is YouTube live, I am not arguing with you. Let us move on to the next one. Okay, you shut up and read this now, Ankita.
Okay, so who among the following critical theorists first coined this term culture industry? Very easy question. So who were they? Was it Herbert Marcuse and Walter Benjamin, Adorno and Horkheimer, Habermas and Eric Fromm, or Gramsci and Althusser? Very popular concept. This term was coined by Adorno and Horkheimer. Again, two very important theorists from Frankfurt School of Critical Theory. And through this concept, they showed how this entire phenomenon of culture industry was produced to numb the consciousness of the people, to produce dull minds, and to produce conformity among the people.
They have also written the book Dialectic of Enlightenment, and they have also talked about critical theory as a concept, then negative dialectics. So please look up Adorno and Horkheimer, very, very important. In The Uses of Literacy, which is a 1957 book, Richard Hogarth argues that the old working class culture has been replaced by something new. He is lamenting this depletion of old working class culture. What replaced it? Is it a more progressive intellectual culture? Is it a candy floss world of commercial mass entertainment? A politically conscious revolutionary culture? A traditional agrarian-based lifestyle? It is option B, a candy floss world of commercial mass entertainment that had its beginnings in America. It is the Americanization or massification that the culture studies theorists of the CCCS were against. Right, Ankita?
Yes, absolutely, yes. And with every question, please try to remember the years, because years they will pakka ask you at least 2 to 3 questions from these years in cultural studies. So please be very careful about the years.
Yes. Pakka they'll study, Ankita. Now, big question, over to you.
So statement 1. According to Herbert Marcuse, advanced industrial society creates false needs that integrate individuals into the existing system of production and consumption. Okay, not completely correct. Okay. Statement 2, Marcuse argues that the one-dimensional man possesses a high capacity for critical thought and political dissent against the establishment. So in light of the above statements, which would be the correct answer? That both are true, both are false, one is true but two is false, or one is false but two is true? Again, one-dimensional man, it's a very, very important work by Herbert Marcuse. Here, statement 1 is true actually, yes. Statement 2 is false. One-dimensional man is blunt. He does not have a thought process of his own. So 2 is false. That he possesses a high capacity of thinking. No. 1 is correct. No, 2 is false.
Herbert Marcuse is the father of New Left, and it is New Left along with Frankfurt School that laid the foundation of culture studies. Yeah. So, Ankita, tell them about our amazing quiz series.
Yes, so our quiz series for Jharkhand eligibility test is going on right now. Many students have already enrolled for this, and they practice amazing sets of questions. And trust me, this quiz series is about identifying your weaker areas and then prepare accordingly, right? We have to understand the position we are standing in when we prepare, right? So this quiz series will give you that tool to identify your position in your preparation. So do join us, prepare these sets of questions, learn from them, and prepare even in a better way.
Yes. And we have creative thinking and writing workshop by Dr. Asajit Datta going on. It is going really well. People love it. You already know. Because it's only 500 rupees, it's worth booking your seats and getting this for lifetime. We are not trying to make money out of this. We are only trying to disseminate great thinking and great professionalism in the discipline of English literature studies. In which of the following works did Raymond Williams first introduce the concept of structures of feeling? Ankita, can you please explain and tell us the answer?
Yes. So through this phrase, structures of feeling, Raymond Williams alluded to the idea of lived experiences of man. Right. So, in which of these works he coined this phrase for the first time? Is it Culture and Society, The Long Revolution, Marxism and Literature, or Preface to Film? Here, please try to pay attention to the fact that in which work, for the first time, he talked about it. It is Preface to Film. In his work, Preface to Film, for the first time, he propounded this idea. And then in Marxism and Literature, he elaborated on this concept. So please be very careful about this difference. For the first time in Preface to Film, this concept was propounded by Williams, and later he elaborated the discussion on this concept in Marxism and Literature. Okay? Yes.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. The Making of the English Working Class is a foundational text, a social history, arguing that the working class was not merely a byproduct of the Industrial Revolution, but an active agent in its own creation. Covering 1780 to 1832, it demonstrates how artisans, laborers, and radicals formed a shared class consciousness through political struggle and cultural resistance against capitalist exploitation. This is a very important book. Who is the author? It is Richard Hogarth. Sorry, Making of the English Working Class. Is it Richard Hogarth or Raymond Williams, Ashish Nandi, or E.P. Thompson? It is E.P. Thompson who wrote it. Richard Hogarth wrote Uses of Literacy. Raymond Williams, as you know, wrote many works. Ashish Nandi wrote Intimate Enemy. These are all pioneering works of culture studies and post-colonial criticism, etc. So please read up more on it. What did the working class, CCCS people do, the critics of the CCCS? They always wrote about the working class cultures, the need to highlight, the working class voices. They wrote their historiography, and all the CCCS theorists were also people from the working classes. Shall I move on, Ankita?
Yes.
Your turn.
Cultural studies emerged in Britain during the late 1950s and 60s. Pay attention to these details, because what are they doing these days is they will ask you, arrange the following events or schools of criticism or theories in the correct order. And then they will give you structuralism, deconstruction, feminism, cultural studies. So you have to know the timelines in which these movements or schools of thought emerged, right? That's why you should have a rough timeline in your mind. Only then you can arrange them in the right order. Okay? So cultural studies emerged during late 1950s and 60s. It developed as a distinct academic field with the founding of CCCS, that is Center for the Contemporary Cultural Studies at the University of Birmingham. So in which year was this set up in this university? And this center primarily focused on analyzing popular culture and power structures, how power works within a social structure. That was their primary focus of study. So in which year was CCCS set up? Is it 1959, 61, 67, or 64? Very
64.
important year. Yes.
64 it is.
Yes.
Yes. According to T.S. Eliot in Notes Towards the Definition of Culture, what is the primary channel for the transmission of culture? Primary channel. Is it school and educationists, state apparatus or media, the family, political parties? What is it? What could it be? Ankita, you can explain. We don't know.
It is the family. In this work, T.S. Eliot elaborates, first of all, on the term culture, that what culture means to us in these modern times, what culture means to the idea of modernism. He breaks down the term for us, and then he tells us, or he gives us a timeline, a very ordered documentation of how culture develops or how is culture developed within a social structure, how an individual witnesses culture, how one experiences culture. And it says our family is the primary mode through which we get to experience culture for the first time. So option C is correct, the family.
Yes, very good. Wonderful.
Hmm.
That's it. Then, can you do this also, Ankita?
Again, here we have a very famous quote, right? And you will tell us that who said this. Dash famously asserted that culture is one of the 2 or 3 most complicated words in the English language. And he said that this complexity arises from its intricate historical development, evolving from a process of cultivation to representing complex, often conflicting ideas of art, shared ways of life, and intellectual development. So, who said this? Is it Matthew Arnold, T.S. Eliot, Ziauddin Sardar, or Williams? It is one of the most famous quotes from this cultural theorist. Yes. It
It
is
is Raymond
Williams.
Williams. Yes.
Yes.
Quiz series, Jharkhand eligibility tests. Remember, guys, we also have HSST crash course. And we have an amazing recorded course for NET. You can get all our recordings of the live course in the recorded course for less than half the price. Many people are buying the recorded course and making the best of it and passing because of that. It's a lifetime asset. For any exam, you can use that course. So consider any of these amazing investments. And those who have passed exams, those who are preparing for interviews, please remember, Vallath has a very good interview mastery program that goes on over 6 days. We also have a speaking program to help you develop your speaking skills. There is a general one and also for teachers, where you will be teaching and developing your teaching skills. Okay, these are all great programs that we have for alumni. And what more? All my students, listen to this. You should prepare and try your luck in SSC CGL. We will give you great support. We have a team who will give you support for over 1 month till the exam. Join us and you will have a great introduction to this exam and to this opportunity that is in front of you. Don't shut your eyes to it. Join Vallath SSC CGL and any of these courses and secure your future. Okay, so thank you very much. Join the quiz course. That is the cheapest of them all. There is a NET quiz course also. For NET and Jharkhand, either of these you can buy and you will have forever a great resource to practice your knowledge on. Ankita, I think this is a great opportunity that our students have.
Absolutely. There is so much. We're literally giving you a buffet. Feel free to come and choose and enjoy yourself and learn and prosper. Yes. And we will be back again tomorrow at 9:30. So do wait for us.
And if you have 500 more rupees to invest for your lifetime improvement, this is the course, as you know. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Good night. We are signing off.